for the start of Tour de France Career Mode 2019. This, right now, what in front of you is officially the Tour de France Career Mode game. This is the official game, and yeah, we're gonna obviously basically become or create our own team. So obviously, okay, we're gonna obviously play with default teams and riders. So I think we'll go, I don't know whether to go for professional or scene mode, champion. I'm gonna go amateur for now. What's this? So custom to activate this mode, starting lineup. To activate this mode, okay, and then solo. So this is we're just doing what you call it, the settings. This is first time we've ever gone on this game. The new game, so this is, and yeah. So first we gotta select some sort of jersey for ourselves. So there's quite a few jerseys here to select. I quite like this one, the pink's caught my eye. Let's narrow it down to 3 quickly. So the pink one's caught my eye, so I'm gonna put that one. I'll select. Ooh, I like this one, it's very professional. I like that one, but I think I know the 3. I'm gonna, so this one, or this one, or finally the pink one. I think for season 1, we're gonna go with the pink. I've got to. We're going to go for the pink. Why not? So team name. So I'm gonna call it Julius Racing. I think that sounds quite smart. Because obviously, yeah, we are a racing team. So Julius Racing. Nationality, ooh, gotta be British, really. I can't really choose any other, unless Ireland's on there. Is Irish on there? Because obviously my background's Irish, so we've got United Kingdom. Let's check whether Ireland's on there quickly. If it is, we'll go for Ireland. If not, we'll go for United Kingdom. No, I don't think it's on there. Oh yes, it is. So there we go. So we'll go for Ireland. There we go. So we've selected our team. So I think now we have to select riders. So I think we get 6 riders minimum. So how much money do we have to spend? I don't know how much money. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna go certainly for this guy. Oh, at 18 PCR high enough for that rider would accept. Okay, so right, so we need to choose riders that I presume are unlocked, maybe, or something. I'm not too sure how it works. So we're certainly not going to be getting the best riders then, I presume here. So right, I think we got to go for this guy. We got to get someone strong, a mountain guy. We'll try and get the best riders. Have a look. I'm gonna try and get all 73s. I'm gonna go for this guy. Just obviously trying to choose. Don't want to go below 72. Definitely not. I may try and get also some young riders. 25, that's pretty young. Might as well get one or two very good young players. So, right, there we go. So, practically done now. So we can now go to schedule, I presume. How do we do that? Ah, right. I'm not sure. How do we do it? I'm happy with the riders. Great. How do we do it? I'm not sure. How do we go to schedule? Oh no, not sure. I'm not sure. How do we? Maybe you gotta scroll down. I don't. Oh right, there we go. Sorry about that. Right. So obviously we're now obviously on the tour. So this is what the season looks like. So this is season 1. So we're not eligible at the moment for the Tour de France, unfortunately. So we can do the La Route Corsair, Sprint Challenge, the Open Tour, and the World Championship. So yeah, obviously we'll do the first round. So 162 kilometers. Let's start the season. Oh, let's start the season then and get season 1 underway.
Welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway. Have a good stage.
So, there is obviously the normal voice, sounding a little bit more rustic, I would describe, certainly. So, yeah, obviously, this stage is not installed yet, so, gotta wait 1 minute 53, so, obviously, stage is not installed, that stage ain't installed either, so, how long? 1 minute. Got about 1:40 before the stage is installed. So yeah, obviously we want to score quite a few good, you know, we want to have a good stage. So let's have a look at the stages. So today really there's no major stage. Yeah. Obviously it's 10 points if you win the polka dot jersey. For this stage, we earn 15 PCP. I presume that's like the reward credit in the game. That's how long we've got to wait. 51 seconds. So, not long now before we can kick off stage 1. Because as the stages will be installed. 41 seconds, so yeah, so that's for PC points. In terms of rewards are pretty big. Like, you know, obviously you want to finish well, as a team, so 4 million euros, that's quite a lot of money. Obviously, yeah, so quite a bit of money up for grabs in this event. So yeah, are we ready? No, 14 seconds, so not long now before we can kick off our season. You know, pretty cool, you have to install stages. So here we go then, for, I presume, 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Should we play? Yes, we can. So, do you want to race, run in quick stage mode? You will race the stage as normal with the possibility to fast forward when you want. So yes, that is what we're going to do. We're going to use the quick stage mode, but yeah, as you can see, 160, I think, 1 kilometers or something like that. It's 2 kilometers. There is a mountain stage, okay, so that is
we
obviously...
We have no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is, you didn't prove me wrong. We could have hoped for a better start, but it doesn't matter. We'll have other chances to do better.
What happened? What happened? I don't actually understand. Oh, you're having a joke. Really? Okay, that's, sorry about that, guys.
Let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely.
You're having a
We don't
joke.
have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early break.
So,
have a good stage.
what happened was, basically, what happened was there, was, as far as I'm aware, we press quick mode and it sims the actual race. So effectively, we simmed the race, which is a shame. I guess this stage is shorter, but also more hilly. So I guess if there's any stage where we can get points anyway, it's going to be here, because I want to have a good stage in the mountains, really. That's my intention. I want to be a mountain team, so yeah, that's my intention. But Vital Concept is at the top right now. We are... I'm not sure where we are, but yeah, we're quite far down the order. So we gotta wait. It's still 2 minutes 32. Why is it taking so long? I'm very, very confused why it's taking this long. Is the game properly installed? Like it says installed on my game, but this is right now turning out a load of rubbish at the moment. We haven't done one race. We've set up our team, yeah, great, but you know, one thing I hope that we will be able to maybe later on at some point, maybe still one. I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna have to come out because yeah, I'm really, really confused. Yeah, I'm just really, really confused as to what to do. Very sorry about this, guys, but I can't, you know, play like this. We've created our team, for crying out loud. Really? Right, we'll try again. Let's restart, reset. So we're going to create again. I'm sorry about it, guys. Like, this is probably one of the worst videos I've ever done, into some sense, because we've started, but we've not started yet, which is very odd, like, you know. So, it can only go upwards from here. Right, so we gotta select our team again. We're gonna actually select a bit different. Maybe it was good that we didn't start. So we're gonna go for this guy, definitely. 27, I'm gonna presume he is. Yes, he is 27. Yeah, we'll take him. So we're gonna go for a few young riders. Right. So let's start the season. I presume Fitness Pop says how fit they are. I'm not sure what we can do to adjust that, maybe. If there's anything. I'm not sure. Like, how this exactly works. I have no idea. It's become actually quite a confusing game. Right. Do you still want to simulate play? We want to play.
Hi guys. Well,
Right, we want to play the stage. We don't want to simulate, and finally, hopefully we've now can start our Tour de France career mode. It's taken how many minutes? A good 10 minutes just to get the game up and running. That's already one thing I have to say, probably a bit bad. The complexity seems to me a bit complex, not simple menus, which is a bit of a shame, because obviously, yeah. So the rider we're going to select today, we're going to go for a young... Actually, we're going to go for this guy, Roves, 74. So the crowd cheering. Let's see. Any commentary? No. Not today. So, what are the controls to get going with, first of all? So, not sure yet what are the controls. No longer. So I don't really want to... Not sure yet what are the controls. X, is it? Getting a
the
bit
riders have just set out and
confused.
already there's an attack.
So, I'm not too sure yet what are the controls to go fast. So yeah, right. So, okay, I think I get it now. Yeah, I get it now. Cool, good. I think I've got this. So, when I say got it, I mean understanding
a
a
good
bit
ruler
more.
with not too bad a punch. He should still try to get away before the finish because he's not
obviously-
so fast in a sprint.
So our new team here,
1.5 minutes for the breakaway.
as we go
It might
fast.
just well.
Initial thoughts, the sound is pretty good. In terms of the crowd dynamic,
Attempt at a counter-attack.
very good. Has to be said, actually. 'Cause yeah. So, right now we're in 19th.
He can ride all day long on the flat. It would be hard to say that he's in his element on short climbs or
So we're
sprints.
going to shield ourselves here.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
As I say, the crowd dynamic is better, I think, personally. Feels like there's a lot more
His
people,
best chance
which
of
is
victory
good.
is to try a breakaway from
Just
far
how
out.
it should be. So, because in previous games, basically, I would say the crowd hasn't maybe been this dynamic, which is nice. So there's a lot more dynamics to it at the moment. That's good. In terms of controls, take time to get used to. So, now I'm going to use the aerodynamic shield. Obviously. So, obviously we're using square. This basically attaches us to the rider in front, effectively. And effectively it doesn't, like, shield you, but it shields you a bit. Now, they've changed the dials quite somewhat, I've noticed. So, the gears don't seem to be the same. So, obviously, just seeing what this does. Yeah, so that fills up the blue. So a bit different, again, how these work. So, as I say, the display is a bit different. They've vamped it up a little bit, which is nice. As I say, the crowd dynamic is better. In terms of graphics overall, not too much has changed in the graphics. That has certainly been improvement. And for 29 quid, 99, not a bad game indeed. I do like Tour de France. It's the best cycling race around the world. Oh dear. Bless me. So right now, the breakaway is 3 minutes and 30 up the road. How many kilometers have we done? We've done about 10. So 10 kilometers into the race we are now. So yeah, we're getting there slowly. Kilometers are rolling by.
The mountains really aren't his thing. He's more of a puncher ruler with a good finish, if in a small group.
Just protecting our crucial yards. Because obviously we may need these towards the end of the race. You just don't know. Oh, it is downhill, so might as well take the downhill opportunity. So yeah, right now obviously again got another uphill section. Quite honestly, it seems like a very uphill bumpy stage, this one, so there'll be certainly plenty of ups and downs in this one, possibly. But right now we're doing okay, I would say. We're about 15 kilometers shorter, so just over 146 kilometers to go. So hopefully the kilometers will go down quite quickly. But yeah, obviously it's not gonna be, I doubt, 2 hours. I hope not anyway, because that would be certainly taking the biscuit. So needing a bit of attack here at the front of peloton, up in the pace. So the blue bar, I think we've got a lot more stamina, because so far 15 kilometers into the race, I feel like the stamina looks a lot better. I know I'm only using a, what you call it, a elder rider, 30 years old, so he should be in his peak of his career right now. But you know, at the end of the day, it does look like there is a lot more stamina 15 kilometers in, as if we are using less stamina, you know, which is only good.
His teammates have already started the pursuit, no doubt aiming for a sprint finish.
Obviously using up some of our stamina medicine or boost, so we're not using up too much of our stamina, so we're rejuvenating all the time, because you need to use them blue, like your energy resources, well and efficiently. If we get to the halfway stage and basically we've got half of our stamina left, we practically, I think, could win this, because obviously we've then only got like other half go, and we're very in good condition. So yeah, we're looking very good at the moment. I'd say we're looking okay indeed.
The time gap
for
with the
our
head of the
first
race is
race
stable.
on the Tour de France game. Of course, right now, this is the first time I've ever played this. Right now, the time gap to the breakaway, the 3-man breakaway, is 4 minutes 15 seconds of a lead. So pretty long lead. Don't get me wrong, but that can easily come down. And again, another downhill segment where we can just rejuvenate energy. 71 kilometers, that's fastest we've certainly been today. So again, we'll just protect ourselves, shelter ourselves behind, as again we climb up this stage. It's a very hilly stage by the looks of it, in terms of, you know, it's just annoying hills, very small hills. So we're about now, what, 30 kilometers in. We're looking okay, so far so good. Just under 30 actually, because 162, so just under. 25 now to be precise, but yeah, we're looking okay right now. So far so good, I'd say. It's our first time on the game. Like, we're not doing a bad job. So, this guy's getting a bit quick now. So, 36 kilometers in. 36, sorry, 24. I'm 26. Jesus, I'm getting my maths bad. So, obviously, once we got to the top of this, basically it's again another downhill gradient. We're almost at the top now, so I'm going to sort of push to get to the top a little bit more now. And yeah, and just rest from here, sort of. So, kind of now downhill. And here. Obviously, we got it on amateur difficulty. I know, you know, pretty easy it should be. But I don't want it too difficult to start off with. It's my first time on the game.
You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen.
So we're now coming through the next town. Pretty quiet so far over here, so not too much support. But I look like, again, the crowd density just, when you get into the centre of town, it's brilliant. I love it. Beautiful to see. In terms of the detail to maybe the buildings, well, pretty nice, I'd have to say. So, we're now going uphill. Are Free trying to get away? I'm not too sure what's going on here. So we're now over 30 kilometers into the race. Just need to work out what's off of 162, so and work out, so 260s are 120, so 280s are 40, so 90 kilometers. When we get to 90 kilometer range, we should have done about half the race distance. Okay, so got another what, 30 odd kilometers to go, 35 kilometers at the moment to get to that stage where we've completed over half of the race distance. So, still got quite a fair amount to go before we say we've completed halfway in this race, but obviously still coming down quite nicely. So, yeah. Peloton lead, or the, sorry, not Peloton lead, the lead to the breakaway is now just over 4 minutes, 4 minutes 2 seconds, so that gap is certainly 100% getting smaller and smaller. We've decreased it by a good 10 or 15 seconds over the last few kilometers at the moment. Now, just wanted to check anything, some stuff. They're now going downhill. It's pretty weird, like very sensitive steering, not gonna lie. there. So yeah, the steering still very sensitive, so it feels quite arcadey, I would say. That's the best way to describe it. It's a very arcadey game, but with that simulation aspect to it, as well in terms of the graphics. So yeah, the graphics are pretty cool and very good, I must say. The detail and the attention to detail this year looking very good indeed, but in terms of the graphics, well, yeah, they're not looking great. In terms of the physics, sorry, I meant not graphics. Physics not great, not feeling great. Feels, as I say, quite arcadey. In terms of my team so far, we're doing actually okay. We're looking like we're up here, obviously, which is what we want. We're the Pink Panthers, I would describe. That's what we are right now. So we're 116 kilometers down, or to go still. We're not quite at the halfway point just yet, so it's 90 kilometers where we reach halfway. We've got still what? A good few miles to go. So yeah, obviously you can sort of cheat in this game through just holding square. Probably not most talented way to do or play this game, I'm not gonna lie, but this, don't get me wrong, I'm not really into this type of gaming. I'm only playing it because I do like the Tour de France, and it's quite a casual game. It's pretty relaxed, it's therapeutic. So yeah, so we're now over 50 kilometers down. So we've done 50 kilometers of this race so far. So we're certainly now starting to close up to the halfway point.
The breakaway's losing ground.
Pretty sure 90's the halfway point on the stage. Not sure, I just want to double check on my phone. Probably not something you do every day, but just want to confirm whether or not 90 kilometers is the halfway of 162. So 162 divided by 281, sorry, so 8, I knew I was a little bit off there, so I was off by 10 kilometers. So we're actually 30 kilometers away from halfway stage. That seemed a bit right.
They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind. We're looking
quite good
so as not to consume energy.
Right now, even though
this is what allows a rider to
we're looking
clear at the end of the race.
I'll tell you, our energy looking great, or looking quite stable right now. We've only lost what, half a bar, or not even a half. Like, it's not even 1/3. Cause we're in the blue. Our blue bar is pretty full. Hopefully I am reading it all right and I'm not misreading anything, because I don't want to misread here. So we've used up now all our blue energy recovery, so effectively we're now only down to the red. Now question is, do we try and take on the intermediate sprint? Because there are points up for grabs in the intermediate sprint. Okay, like, yeah. Because if we can get 5th, that's okay. Ain't bad to get 5th. So, certainly edging closer and closer to that halfway stage. As I say, so long we can have about half our blue energy bar left, by the time we get to the halfway point in this race, okay, we should more or less be able to make it to the end with at least about, I'd say, a quarter of the bar or energy left, which is my theory. So if my theory's right, we should be okay. In terms of the mountain stages, there isn't really many mountain stages to come. There's quite a few uphills, but there's nothing really we can do in terms of mountain stage unless we close up to
Time
the
difference between
top,
the peloton and the breakaway is steady.
Right now, we've certainly closed the gap to the breakaway. It was around about 15 kilometers ago, around 4 minutes. Now it's down to 3 minutes, you could almost say, 3:30. So certainly closed about another 30 seconds on the breakaway. So breakaway is losing ground here, which isn't obviously a good sign. It's only a 3-man breakaway. So, obviously, we're now starting to come into this halfway point territory. So, we're only 20 kilometers away from the halfway point. We're over 60 kilometers down, 100 kilometers to go. So, we're certainly getting through it now, thick and fast. Only another 99 kilometers roughly. Obviously, at the halfway, oh dear, that's not good. That's not what we want. Don't want moments like that. Want good moments, not moments like that. So, obviously, peloton gaps came down certainly, 100% here. Which is good. So the gap's now down to 3 minutes 12. So again, closing that gap consistently. So yeah, it looks like we'll be certainly closing the gap. I think they should easily get to the intermediate. We can't really fight for first, second, or third in the intermediate sprint because obviously they're just way too far up the road to really close that gap. They're not even at the 5 kilometer point yet, so I guess we're not too far. We could catch up, you just never know, but I have my doubts. But we are closing that gap, it is coming down all the time, so yeah, 3 minutes is really coming down now as we continuously go uphill. So yeah, we're certainly making inroads. Now we're gonna use up our half our sprint bar just so we can recover also some sprint at the end. So obviously that gap is really coming down now, thick and fast actually. You know, I was saying that we can't get the intermediate sprint. We could get the intermediate sprint here. Could take home a green jersey. Possibly. Possibly.
Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV.
So, obviously, the gap is coming down. 2 minutes 50. Certainly going down for the lead ones. So, obviously we're going uphill, then we're going downhill. The actual breakaway is still not at the 5 kilometers, and the gap's 2 minutes 47. So it's touch and go, I think, in terms of whether or not we can actually get closer to the breakaway. Now they're in the 5 kilometer stage, so obviously we're going to be there in about 2 minutes
no doubt ready
99, so
sprint.
yeah, we're going to see actually roughly now soon, very very soon, how far away we actually are from them. So we must be more than a kilometer, I'm going to say, because we're not at the 5 kilometers yet stage. So pace is getting a bit more hectic.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well
So we're
placed.
now in the 5 kilometers. So, okay, so we're only what, 1.5 kilometers behind. That's how much is the gap right now.
The head of the race is
But we
5
are
kilometers
gaining
from the
quite
intermediate sprint.
severely. So, don't want to use up too much energy just yet. We want to shelter ourselves. So, it's only used up a bit more energy than we wanted there, as the pace is just getting a bit rough. So they really do up the pace here. So this is where we got to be careful, because we don't want to use too much energy. Don't really need to display that. I know the rule. So I just want to really stay in this midfield. So 85 kilometers to go.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. It doesn't seem to be a good day for him. He's being distanced.
Have we? I'm not sure. Oh, there's the actual thing.
race is
Look
now
how close
entering the
though.
feed zone.
This has gone down.
Watch
Jeez.
out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
So we come third. Where did we come? We're sixth now. I'm not actually sure where we actually came. So our bar will go back up eventually. We're now entering feed zone, so we need to recover the energy we've lost. So yeah, obviously just entering now the feed zone. So yes, we've got no more bars to use up. So more or less now we're now riding. So we're actually got 3/4 of our blue bar left. We're now back on track with our red bar, so our energy bar's okay. But yeah, so looking good actually. We certainly are looking okay. We're not looking in bad shape here, I would have said. So yeah, we done well, I think there. I'm not sure where we came in the intermediate sprint. I think we came third or fourth. I think we came fourth. So if we came fourth, that's okay. I think we did come fourth. So Gabby is now 2 minutes 34. So obviously Peloton has slowed down quite somewhat. Okay, so yeah, they've certainly gained a bit here. And we now get back our 2 energy bars, which we can use later on in the race. But right now, as things stand, we did okay there. So yeah, we're looking good. And yeah, we looked quite good, in fact. We started the attack at the right time. So 77 kilometers to go. Then here, our teammate is sort of protecting us here right now. So obviously next part of the race is sort of uphill, more hills to come now. Bit maybe steeper uphills though, unlike before. So yeah, obviously we want to get the gap down, but probably more importantly keep it stable. So we're looking okay. 75 kilometers now to go. So we're certainly
Time difference between
doing
the peloton
okay.
and the breakaway is steady.
So time difference has steadied now, what we've been told. But time difference is certainly okay. I'm not happy though. I'm not unhappy with it being at 2 minutes 46. I don't really mind that, so long we can close in the final part of the race, so long it don't really go over the 3-minute mark, so long we keep it nice and stable. I'm actually quite content about that. So these lot, don't want to let them get away here. So yeah, in terms of our bars, like our blue energy stamina bar, looking okay. Look like we've got plenty of stamina. So gap's coming down slightly there. And we're fighting it out for these positions. Right now we don't actually have to fight. We're effectively not really in a position where we need to fight just yet. We just need to
losing ground.
make sure we don't burn up too much energy right now. So breakaway is now 2 minutes 35, 72 kilometers to go. So we're certainly over halfway now, 10 kilometers over halfway stage, and we still got a good 3/4 of energy at our disposal now. So yeah, we're looking, I would say, pretty strong, especially for the final stage or final part of this race. So yeah, 3/4. I certainly know in other games, like, it was harder to preserve energy, so at least it's nice to see you can preserve energy in this game, in this year's title, which is good. It's something I like. I want to preserve energy. I felt in previous games it was maybe a bit too hard, a bit too much on the player. It wasn't forgiving. But yeah, I do like it's a bit more forgiving. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure if you do it silly, you know, so long you're professional. But I do think there's more opportunity for the player at the moment, by the looks of it. So it's getting good reviews from me, for sure. Have to give it top-notch reviews at the moment. I can't really say, oh, it's done this wrong, like, at the moment. Like, the main menus are a bit difficult, as you saw, to navigate at the start of the video. We were having difficulty navigating the main menus, but otherwise we've not really had too many issues today on this game. It's been a good game. Is it worth buying? I think at its discounted price, yes it is. On the PlayStation Store you can get it for $29.99. That's a good bargain, I think. Overall, for a game. It's not the best game in the world, no, it's not the most exciting game, it's not FIFA, but what it is cycling, and what it is a very casual game. It's a game if you want to have maybe a very chilled afternoon, you can, and in fact, as I say, you know, the crowds are very good. You know, I've been to see the Tour de France once myself, and I tell you what, it is like this. Like, you know, you do get a bit of a crowd, you do get that noise. Go see the Tour de France, by the way, if you ever get the opportunity. It's a great cycling race. Probably the one, if you're living in Europe, most accessible, but also, even if you're not living in Europe, it's certainly probably the one that you want to at least see. I've seen it myself, you know, quite a number of years back, and it is a really good race. Like, you do have to wait a long time to, or for the riders to come past. So yeah, you do have to wait a fairly long time, but, and you only get a very short glimpse, but it's nice. You know, it's a nice, so long it's sunny, it's a very nice day out. You know, it's just a nice casual way to spend the day, chatting with people, chatting with cycling fans and people from around the world. So go, honestly, see the Tour de France. So obviously protecting some of our energy. So 2 minutes 10 is the peloton gap. 57 kilometers to go. So not too far now to go. We're certainly closing in on the final part of this race now, and the peloton gap is only 2 minutes 9 seconds. 2 minutes 8 now make that, so yeah, certainly getting smaller and smaller. They should certainly be probably with us for Peloton by the time we get certainly maybe final 10 or 15 or 20 kilometers, I would have said, the actual breakaway. Now one person's dropped off the Peloton, 3 people in fact,
to set up a sprint
I think,
finish.
as well.
This
so
is not the time to hang around at the back of the Peloton.
So obviously them 3 are down. So it's been an okay day so far, I'd say. So 50 kilometers almost to go now. So we're almost at the final 50 in this race. Energy's now starting to drain, as you can see, especially when we're going up the hills. Luckily we've got this sort of nice downhill slope now for the next probably 10 kilometers or so. So energy shouldn't drain too much on this flat stage now. But yeah, we're now starting to become a bit tired, a bit wary, so got to use that blue energy bar a bit more tactically now as we enter these final few kilometers. So obviously again going uphill. I'm not really enjoying the uphill right now. They're pushing on quite hard, these lot. Certainly you making me use a bit of energy. We need to start going downhill. So yeah, Peloton is now catching again the top 3, which are only now a minute 35 up the road, so they're practically now in our sight. So certainly must be less than a kilometer now till that top 3. Probably like 0.9 of a kilometer or something, I would have thought.
The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
So
the head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
They're commentating from the game.
The breakaway is holding off the peloton, but it's going to be difficult.
So 45 kilometers to go. Obviously we're certainly gaining quite nicely. Maybe about 44k. So we're riding quite well right now. We're not riding badly. So obviously going downhill.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap.
So 40 kilometers now to go. So obviously the gap's gone up a tiny margin. Not much, but certainly a tiny margin. Why is he speaking a foreign language and holding a British flag? And now the gap's 1 minute 40. So again, obviously, it's a nice downhill section that was. as we're now about to climb up again a bit of a shorter hill. So I'm not really going to push here too much going up the hill. I want to save my energy, so we're going to drop down a little bit.
Allez les gars, courage!
33 kilometers to go. Oh, what's going on here? Almost getting taken off my bike. So again, we've used up that blue bar with now 30 kilometers to go. So we've got no more blue stamina energy bar. Hopefully this will be for the world, for the worth. Hopefully it'll pay off all of it right now, but right now obviously draining uphill energy. And now probably push a little bit more. I'm just frightened in case we push too much though. So haven't made up any position and yet we're pushing, so obviously pace of the race is going to now start just to pick up. We want to conserve but also make sure we got enough energy to get home. So, not that long now to the end of the race, 25 kilometers. And we got over half our energy, blue energy left. So, yeah. Like, the pace has really picked up severely in the last 5k or so, I would have said. By the way guys, if you're new to the channel then please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll release more content like this on the channel. This is episode number 1 of career mode on the Tour de France game. And so far our team has done quite good today, running at the front in our first ever race as a team. So Julius Racing is certainly racing, and we're doing a good job as a team. 20 now kilometers to go. We're in now the final stage of this race. Then, not long before we get to the top of this climb, but before we get to the top we need to obviously deal with this
Last time
stage
with a breakaway, 1 minute.
So we're not going to go too hard here. We're just going to go hard enough to keep up. Because I don't really want to use up too much energy. On these climbs. So obviously the breakaway has got a 47-second gap. Now I'm just wondering, is there any way we can change a rider? I'm wondering, because if there is, I wouldn't mind changing rider to try and catch the others. That is doable. No, I don't want that. I know the score for this stage, it's only a few points. Well, it's 8 points. So whoever basically takes this mountain climb will take the polka dot jersey today, as it's obviously such a low scoring stage for the mountains today. So no matter what, I think the peloton won't be there for the stage victory for this, but we will be there
lead for the head of the race.
The rest. And it's a downhill, by the way. So only 1.4. We can see now that, and in fact the peloton,
he's in trouble. It's not sure that he'll be there for the sprint.
Is now very much on the back. Why is it doing that? Right, downhill now, more or less, all the way to the flag. So
10 kilometers from the finish for the leaders. It's going to be complicated.
Time to now push. .2 Calais. So, not long now.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
So we're now entering. We can see the breakaway. You can now physically see the breakaway.
5 kilometers.
We now enter the final 5K.
For the stage victory.
We're now entering the final 5 kilometers. The breakaway is in sight. As we now all jockeying or starting to jockey for the position and for this stage win. 3 kilometers to go. It's looking good for a photo finish. 2 kilometers to go now. And it's looking good. If you're in the peloton, there is no more breakaway now.
Is accelerating.
1.8 kilometers. We're now starting to burn our energy as we now enter the final kilometer for the stage. We're now going, or starting to go. We're going to now sort of burn a little bit of energy. We're now going to sprint. But there's no more sprint left. We've sort of used up too much sprint.
Movement at the head of the peloton.
And we're going to come home in 7th. So, not bad then there, I guess. 7th place. Should we try and make up a few positions? Just in case this guy can do anything. I don't think he can. Let's see if there's anyone below him. I think our team is well and truly done. Yeah.
A teammate has just been dropped. You
So-
can't count on him any longer.
That's the end of the race, so we'll come home in more or less okay positions then there. Oh, we're just seeing, I think, the replay or something. So this is all the end. How can you speed this up? So here's the end of the race. So we're just waiting for some of the back markers now to come. But yeah, we did okay then there. We didn't do too bad. So we didn't do too bad. We did okay. Then in that first stage, let's see.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. Here is today's stage winner.
So there's the winner of the stage.
Congratulations to him. He managed to maneuver perfectly to snatch this victory. He can savor this moment.
So obviously, let's see
He tops
who.
the standings and will receive the
It's
traditional
green.
honours.
Oh, that's the yellow
Here's the
jersey.
yellow jersey of this stage. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future, but for now, he can relish the moment.
So there's the yellow jersey. Then
He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostesses. Here's the green jersey of this stage.
and we'll also get
He
green.
is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly.
Did he get the polka dot?
Here's the polka dot jersey of this stage.
No. So Pinch and
He
L
is in
gets the polka
sparkling
dot.
form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the white jersey of this stage.
And he also gets white, our race winner. So the race winner gets 3 jerseys
Well
then.
done, lads. You rode a very good stage.
But,
Finishing in the
yeah.
top 10, even though the stage didn't suit us, is very satisfying. We got off to a good start, and we must keep on like that.
So let's have a look at how things then lay. So we came home in that stage with 23 points. So not a bad start then. 4th place overall. 25, sorry. So yeah. 4th place, not bad. Also, one of our riders came with 4 points, so not bad. Overall, we didn't do too bad then there either. We finished in 7th, which isn't bad. Okay, it's not the top 3 that we wished for, of course not, but it is obviously neither here or there. It is obviously a good start to our cycling career. We were in the mix. We sort of went, I think, a bit too early in terms of a sprint. Should have gone maybe with 1 kilometre to go. Then I realised we went too early and then I slowed down. So yeah, I think we made a bit of a tactical error there. But overall, we can't be too disappointed either. And where are we in the teams? As a team cyclists, where are we? Ah, there we are. We're 13th in the team standing. So yeah, not bad then there. 13th then. So yeah, looking good then there. So yeah, obviously we'll press next.
Hi
So,
guys, let's start the
yeah,
briefing
so-
for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no
Obviously-
particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway. Have a good stage.
So there we go then. So we've got 4 PC then there. As a team, also got 4 PC. So That's how much we've earned as a team overall so far, and which isn't bad, so yeah, not bad. Obviously that will be the next stage. Okay, so yeah, that'll be the next event then for us. So until the next one, subscribe, like and share. See you all next time for another video of Tour de France.